Like, I might have a good amount of contacts saved up, and I called many of them my friends, but for some reason, I always felt like that option friend. That friend you reach out to out of obligation, that friend you pity. I felt like none of them care for me. Maybe they do, but they haven't shown it to me in a way I could understand. And honestly, I am so tired of deciphering. Hey everyone! Today is a little different video. Usually I'm here proposing solutions to your problems, but today I am making this video as a helpful reminder for myself and just to get stuff off my chest. So hope you enjoy a little, or maybe not so little, dreary diary entry. So high school. It was okay, I guess. I had friends most of my life. I did have friends, but it always felt like something was missing, and I could never understand what it was. I always felt like I was annoying to hang out with. I felt like an alien. It was hard to connect even when I was surrounded by lots of people. I'll jump from a friend to a friend, trying to find something that worked. It never felt good enough though. I remember back then how much I wished things would be easy. I really wished and prayed for better friendships, for more connections. But I guess the cards I've been dealt with since childhood were a little challenging. Like, it is hard to make good friends as a person with complex PTSD. But at least on the bright side, now I can see in real time how these cards can be shifted and upgraded because back then I really thought I was stuck as this very awful person that I thought I was. Honestly, back then, one piece of wisdom that would have really helped me was knowing that just because you have mental problems doesn't mean you don't deserve friends. A part of me felt like I gotta be perfect before I present myself to the world. I still kinda have this idea of becoming a fully healed version of me, then pursuing the imaginary friends I want to have. And I shouldn't be doing that. I should seek friendships I like right now. Don't punish yourself by settling for less. You are not perfect, so what? Other people are not perfect as well. I really used to put everyone on the pedestal back then, which created some serious blind spots in my thinking and kept me stuck in less than ideal situations that I created. It is kind of funny, but actually sad that when I moved out to uni, I really thought my relationship difficulties will be 100% fixed. And like, they did get better for sure as I switched to a healthier environment, but still, I was the same person. And I didn't recognize the toxic pattern within me until it got too painful. Back in first year, I felt so behind when it came to social skills, and I guess these fears were a catch 22 because I didn't want to socialize until I didn't feel awkward, but I couldn't build these social skills to feel normal until I put myself out there. And yet again, I was back to feeling the same way I did in high school, feeling like an outcast, like the last option, like the forgotten part of the group. And I really tried hard to reverse that in uni. It went horribly, at least in my mind, because I felt like a clown and a performer, and that people can sense my desperate energy and how much I needed the validation. Back then, even though I talked to myself about not focusing on the quantity, but rather the quality of friendships, I still did. I tried so hard to be friends with everyone without even taking a moment and asking if I liked those people. Some of them I really disliked a lot, but I was never connected to myself enough to notice that. Another sad reality that I came to find myself in at the time is that I didn't have friends that I can call whenever or show up at their dorm room. Like, I know our generation loves scheduling everything, including social stuff, but the fact that I felt so, I don't know, scared and dejected, like I could never bring myself to even shoot a random text, letting them know I missed them. Yeah, I knew I effed up. Even though stuff were weird in first year, I never cut off any of these friends because it wasn't them who was the problem. They didn't hurt me. I did. I hit me. I really used them to hurt myself. And it is okay to hate loneliness. I understand why I was so scared of being alone back then because we are wired for connection. Plus, loneliness really can have lots of negative effects that are comparable to actual diseases. But I don't think it was the act of being alone itself that creates this anxiety and with it the disease like state that I was going through. Like, I used to have such extreme emotions and reactions that I was honestly considering a bipolar diagnosis. Like, yeah, I had to realize that all of that planning was a result of my mind's projections and catastrophizing of the situation, and I had to make a choice between either dwelling or accepting my current life circumstances and understanding that nothing in life is permanent, not loneliness nor connectedness, so I gotta become okay with both. And this is exactly what happened in the summer after my first year. This summer broke me and healed me. I remember having so many plans and goals for how I wanted to spend the summer, but I couldn't do most of them because I was not able to get out of bed at all. It was one of the most emotionally painful periods of my life. I didn't know what to do, and I do remember watching this depression guide. I will link it down below, and it made me finally accept that I was deep into a depressive episode. And during that summer, I really understood the meaning of you have to get worse before you get better. It really felt like a spiritual awakening, like a part of me died there and there. I lived with the loneliness for months until I got acquainted with it. I was less scared of it, which makes it easier now to drop the good girl mask because it doesn't serve me as much. Now that I don't fear loneliness, I already survived it once. I sat with it, I meditated through it, I had panic attacks through it, all alone, in silence, and around people who were too traumatized themselves to help me. Yet, I still survived. And I learned a lot about myself through my experience of loneliness, so I can't recommend it enough, as weird as that sounds. Like, if you are lonely right now, maybe this is your sign to do some inner work, some reflection, because you might never have this quiet me time again, and it would be great if you put it into use. The hurt, the numbness, the void within to learn a deeper truth about you, to create something more. That lonely episode is what gave birth to this YouTube channel after all, so I don't regret it. Like, become so comfortable with you because you are your lifelong companion. Fall in love with you and show up as your own favorite person, like my closest friend was and still is my own diary. Also, this time helped me reflect on some of my very low standards, like bar in hell type of low. Like, I was really okay with not being contacted for weeks when I asked for a call and I had to get real with myself. Deep down, you know those people don't really care about you. And if they do, you're not compatible then. You deserve to have friendships with people who you don't question their care for you and your special place in their lives. And I think I have met those people. So why am I still settling for less? Like, really, see how you are just an afterthought in their lives. And there might be something deeper going on, maybe busyness, maybe depression, but I still have the right to say, no, I want better. Why not? I am trying to do better. And everyone deserves to not feel shitty in their friend groups. They deserve it, and I deserve it too. Now, even though my friendships are going much smoothly for me, like I have around three close friends, one which I'm really close to, I do still have loneliness problems manifesting as addictions, like numbing out through media, reading fanfiction and romantic fantasies, engaging in maladaptive daydreaming. They do get better every day, and I found more often than not that if I just felt the pain of not using my addictions to cope, the easier it is to be present in this beautiful life that I've worked so hard to create for myself. I really should try to be more present when younger me gave her best and fought real hard to give me what I could only dream of. How can I escape from what used to be my biggest dream? Honestly, I'm still wary of whether I'm being unavoidant since I spend a lot of time alone. I think I've found a good balance, but I sometimes fall out of balance and start building walls around my heart. Like, did I make the right choice by creating this distance between me and the people I knew from high school and some that I know in college? I don't know. And honestly, I try to not dwell on these questions and just put myself out there without any expectations and detach from outcomes I used to have for how interactions should go. When befriending people, I am not labeling the moments. I only try to be present in the moment and enjoy us as we are. I might analyze it too for what I like, not what I assume other people think of me. Clear distinction. And since summer, I have been in this weird middle stage where I have friends, but we are not like a tight knit family. And I wouldn't want to rush that when I don't even know if that's what I want. I also stopped trying to fit in groups, and I can say that I have healed and learned a lot from these one on one friends I've made. It is actually amazing how much you can grow from just being present in the moment with a friend, how much contrast you can see in the both of you. I have learned so much through observing my friends. They really helped me stand in my worth and stop accepting the bare minimum and ask for what I want, ask for help, ask for a break. I really struggled with people pleasing, so that helped me a lot. I can't be thankful enough to Allah for this 180 I experienced, or I guess it's more of a 90. Not a full 180 yet. These are not really homework as much as they are reminders of how to get out of it for myself and for you if you are stuck in feeling lonely. First, try switching up your day, routines, usual plans, schedules. I try to switch the time I go eat at the university and what I do in the day when I sense the loneliness creep in. Sometimes your body is just craving a change in the people you see around. You could also get a pet to find companionship and someone else to care for other than your own problems. Also, stop consuming social media. Stop consuming social media that trigger those feelings. Social media really warped our perception of how life should look like and created this sense of urgency about having it all. It is okay for your life to be a little messy here and there, and I promise you, life is always gonna have some mess. And of course, try leaning into the feelings of loneliness and sadness to really understand them like I did in the summer. Don't use any distractions like media. Just sit with yourself, maybe meditate. I promise you a lot will come out of it. Also, try going out of your way to build more casual relationships. I feel like a big reason friendships don't work out is we want to get too deep too quick. Most of these really vulnerable friendships we see online and in the media take years and consistent effort to build. Just enjoy the moment, stop fantasizing about the future, and know that the future will figure itself out. You don't have to force the friendship or acquaintanceship forward. Trust that it will flow how it's supposed to, and that you can handle whatever uncertain path it chooses to take. And I want you to know, even if you don't believe it right now, that you are an integral part of this world, of someone's world. You have so many silent admirers, so many people who remember you fondly. The fact that you clicked on my video and stayed to the very end tells me we'd be great friends, and I would find you to be a great person. One thing that helps me get through hard times is remembering that others go through them as well. So I want you to know that I went and still sometimes go through it. Lots of people went through this and they understand how it feels, and they're sending you all the love and support you need to get through it. So never give up on yourself or the life you are trying to build, and see you very soon, my loves. Bye bye.